There's a reason why most of us love Return of the Jedi. Luke is a Jedi, and Vader has been redeemed. We like it because the good guys, the rebels, have won, and things seem pretty hopeless for the dark side. We go from a galaxy celebrating the start of the New Republic to that same New Republic literally right about to be destroyed. And I get things can change in 30 years, but this is still a lot. So I will try to break down everything that happened in between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. Hopefully this gives you a better understanding of how we went from this to this. Right after Return of the Jedi, the Rebellion and its territory became the New Republic. Really, that just meant changing their name, but still, this is the start of what we saw in The Force Awakens. Of course, this is right after Palpatine's death. Well, his first one. So, the Empire created something called Shadow Council. That's just something to control them with Palpatine gone. One of the most notable members of Shadow Council was General Hux's father, that's Armitage Hux's father, Brendol Hux. If you want to learn more about the Hux family, we made a 2-part series almost a year ago, and the first episode is mostly about Brendol Hux, his relationship with Shadow Council, and his interesting marriage. Of course, everybody knew who was going to win, but the Empire and New Republic were still fighting. Eventually, they just kind of decided to go out to the middle of nowhere and then just pretty much fight to the death, figure out who survives, and try to end the war once and for all in one massive battle. And this took them to a place where, really, you couldn't find anybody, Jakku. The Battle of Jakku was a very brutal battle, and it's the battle that ultimately pushed the Empire into signing the Galactic Concordance Treaty and surrendering. The Battle of Jakku left one of the galaxy's most famous sites, the Starship Graveyard. Amazingly enough, the day that the treaty was signed, Leia and Han had their first and only child, Ben. There were 4 key points in the Galactic Concordance Treaty, signed on Coruscant. The first is that the Empire would be given a small amount of territory known as the Imperial Remnant. The second is that the Imperial Remnant will be completely sovereign from the New Republic. Therefore, the New Republic Senate can make no decisions for the Imperial Remnant. The third is that any Imperial officer who enters the New Republic will be arrested and prosecuted as a war criminal. And then finally, the fourth and most important point is that the Imperial Remnant can grow their military, but it's only to be used as an emergency defense for the Imperial Remnant, and it can be used for no other reason. Wait a minute. Unfortunately, this only lasted for a little while before the Imperial Remnant decided to completely abandon this rule. Wait a minute! Anyway, this is when Palpatine took control of the Imperial Remnant through Snoke and reorganized their government and military as the First Order. At the same time, there was a lot of pressure within the Republic to almost completely dismantle the military and make it more like the Galactic Republic that we saw in the prequels, but it was becoming more and more clear that they couldn't do this completely. So they asked Leia to form a proxy force, the Resistance. Not only was Ben Solo one of Luke Skywalker's students, but he was kind of his favorite student, which made him feel pretty distant from the other students, and he kind of blamed Luke for it. Eventually, he got extremely lonely, so lonely that his only friend was a strange man who would appear in his dreams. As time went on, the strange man would push Ben closer and closer to the dark side, until Luke almost tried to stop it by killing Ben. This really did seal Ben's fate, and this is what finally caused him to turn to the dark side and become Kylo Ren. This is around the time that Han and Chewie returned to smuggling. By the way, this is about the era where our fan film, Ren: A Star Wars Story, will take place. That's going to be released winter of 2021. We would like to have some more subscribers, so if you did enjoy this video, I would really recommend subscribing, and you'll get a lot more great content like this. I'll see you in the next video, but until then, may the Force be with you.